we are. It's early March 2023. My name is Todd DeCapua. I'm here with Red Arrow Addiction, and we're here for another episode. This is one of the really fun ones that I love to do with you. This is the 2023 opening of the boxes. So as you can see, we've got 3 boxes in front of this. These are some accessories here. We'll figure out what those are here in a little bit. And then another box of some other accessories. We'll move these over to the side as well. Where we're going to start is with the big box that looks like a bow. Because yes, indeed it is. And as you can see, a little wear and damage on the box, but fortunately Bear Archery packs these so well that they stay protected even if they get beat up a little bit on the way. So I did quickly open it just out on my front to make sure that everything was good with the bow, and did a quick check out of that. Sure enough, it is. So this is everything that comes in the box. So again, this is a Bear Archery box as you're used to seeing. This is the 2023 Bear Archery Execute 32. This is in a throwback black pattern. So if you're used to seeing these yet, what you will see on this bow. So this is the Bear Archery Execute 32. It does have the EKO cams. The camouflage pattern on the top is Bear camo. So again, with this throwback pattern, what you have is the Bear limbs, and then you have the black for the riser. So again, a lot of new updates that have come through for the Execute 32. If you have not heard, as far as the limb pockets, complete redesign. This is much like that of the Perception when that bow came out in 2019. However, where that is a 3-piece pocket, this is all in 1 piece. So heavy duty metal. The limbs are now 1 inch wide, a little bit broader stance, provides for a much smoother shot. Again, the 32-inch axle to axle, giving you a little bit more forgiveness in the bow. Also a little bit of a broader platform for some of those longer shots. Additional vibration reduction is all new for this year. Some additional changes to the roller as well. Just so many changes and engineering went into this bow. The EKO cams I have been shooting for the last few years. They made some slight modifications to them for this year. But I've had the opportunity to shoot this bow not only at Lancaster Archery Supply during their Black Friday event, also up at Harrisburg at the Great American Outdoor Show, and then again at the Kinsey's dealer event. Went ahead and had the opportunity to shoot this bow there, both in the Execute 30 and also the Execute 32. Fascinating bow, unbelievable new engineering that went into it. Shoots very well. Looking forward to going ahead and getting this thing dialed in soon. It's a little bit rainy out tonight, so that's why I'm indoors. If you remember last year with the Refine, I actually ended up going and hunting with it the same day. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to have time to be able to do that today. So this is the bow, and we've had a look at that. You do get a hat this year. Again, this one is all black with the white embroidery. This is a very comfortable hat to wear. It's got the mesh back on it, so it keeps you nice and cool as you're hiking. And then you also have the flat grip. If you'd like a little bit more of a narrow grip, you can go ahead and get that here. And then of course you got your sticker and you got your owner's manual. And again, this is the 2023 Execute 32 from Bear Archery. Unbelievable bow. Really looking forward to getting that set up here shortly. As we move to some of the accessories for this year, let's go ahead and have a look at our first box. So these I have not yet opened. Again, the only reason I opened the bow early was because I was really concerned about any damage. But, as you can see, everything looks fantastic. I do think having that big limb pocket went in and helped protect things even more. But cams look great, the riser looks great, limbs look great. So we will just count that up as being extremely fortunate and lucky. So in our first accessory box, I can already see we got our rest. So for the last few years I've been shooting the SIK MD drop away. This is from Trophy Ridge. This has been a fantastic rest for me. Again, it is a drop away. When I go ahead and get them set up and timed, I've had no problems with them staying in time, no problems with them hitting arrows, etc. Everything works perfectly. Again, a lot of my shooting, backyard, 3D targets, a lot of walkthrough courses, so again, mostly 3Ds. I do shoot TAC events and some other local 3D shoots. So again, I've put this rest through all kinds of tests and challenges. Have had no problems with that. I hunt out of tree stands, I hunt out of a trophy line tree saddle. So again, I've done all kinds of things with that rest that you could imagine. So the release that I've been shooting for the last 3 years has been a thumb release. This is the Trophy Ridge Precise Pro. You may be familiar with it. It has a set trigger. So you get on the back, you'll see this little silver button. You go ahead and put that on your bow, push the button, that sets it. And then you go ahead and you draw back as you slightly let go of your fingers a little bit and let them open. That trigger will go off as it's right on your thumb. The other thing that I do when I'm hunting is I will take the wrist strap off and just go ahead and have it attached to the D-loop, and then either hanging on the tree or just sitting on my lap as I'm waiting in my stand. But again, that's worked really well for me. So again, this year I will also be shooting a Precise Pro. We will go to our stabilizer. So this is the shock stop. I've been using the Hitman for the last 2 years, but at the end of this past year I went ahead and actually bought one of these shock stops. Again, this is an 8-inch. It's really light, but also very effective. So I switched out my Hitman over the last couple of months while I've been hunting for this stabilizer on my Refine. It's worked very well. Again, a lot lighter than the Hitman that I've been running, the front and rear bar, but again, a very effective stabilizer. So I will probably go back and forth depending on if I'm shooting a 3D course or if I'm hunting. But again, this is the stabilizer I'm planning to hunt with for 2023. Again, shock stop from Trophy Ridge. And we've got a sight here. So if you have not seen these yet, I highly encourage you to check out the Trophy Ridge. This is the single pin, but this is the React Digital. And again, this enables you to do a number of different things. The last bullet here on the front, it says 5 unique profiles, multiple arrow or bow setups. So the reason that that's so important for me is as I would shoot some targets, as I would shoot 3D, as I would hunt, I'm going to have various setups. This enables you to program into the sight itself up to 5 of those different arrow combinations. So however I decide to make them, whatever the weight of that arrow is, how it goes ahead and shoots. And again, when you set this up, there's a few different ways you can do it. One of the very easy ways is using your chronograph. Go ahead and shoot your arrow through, write down the feet per second, mark that into this sight, and then you'll go ahead and just shoot your 20 yard, make sure you're good to go, shoot your 60 yard, double check it. You may have to make some slight modifications, but again, just using that chronograph speed is a way that you can plug the speed directly into the sight. Go ahead and set it up for that arrow that you're going to be using. So again, this is the Trophy Ridge React Digital 1 pin. This will be fantastic again for everything that I'm going to be doing this year. Again, a lot of people have asked me, how do you go ahead and set your 1 pin for hunting? So typically in my hunting scenarios, they're often 0 to 40 yards max. Some of the areas that I get into, I know that my shots are all going to be in that 18, 25 yard range. So again, depending on where that is, I'll sometimes set the sight maybe at 25 yards, and then I'll know that I have to hold one way or the other depending on how close or far that animal is from the 25 yards. The one thing I need to remind you all of, and this Digital React is going to go ahead and significantly help from this happening, is there was one scenario where I was practicing at 80 yards the night before I went out and hunted in the morning. Had an animal in front of me at about 18 yards, but I had forgotten to set that sight back to put it on my 20-yard pin. As a result, I ended up shooting over the back of the animal. But having this very bright display, just to show you where that sight is set, we'll go ahead and make that hopefully a thing of the past. But again, this being a single pin sight, the other thing is there's two different setups that you can order. You can get the 019 pin size or the 010 pin size. This one is in the 019. And we've got one box of broadheads, so I'm going to guess that in this next box we'll find more of these, but these are SIK Broadheads. I've been shooting these for the last several years. I've tested both the F4s, so this is a 4-blade. It's mainly 2 main blades and then kind of 2 bleeder blades, and it's a fixed 4-blade, hence the F4. There's also an F3 that comes out from SIK. I went ahead and shot that early in the hunting season this year. If you saw the large 6, it's a big 6 velvet buck that I killed on the 1st of September 2022. That was shot using the F3, so again a fixed 3-blade. These are the SK2, so this is a 2-blade mechanical. I have used these, I don't know how many deer over how many years, but very, very effective, have a very strong point on them. The blades have deployed every single time and very early, so I've been able to shoot very precisely with these as well. I've had a few tight quartering towards that I was very confident in my ability to put that arrow exactly where it needed to go. This broadhead did its job. It hit where it needed to hit, and it did the destruction necessary to make sure that this was a very safe and effective kill. So yeah, this being the SIK SK2 Broadheads. Let's go ahead and move to our next box. Alright. So here we've got our order sheet. So we'll put that on the side here. And what we got in here is the quiver that I'm going to be running this year. So this quiver is it's one that came out last year. It's called the VRSA Light, VRSA. One of the things that you will find with this is it does hold 5 arrows. It gives you a variety of different mounting options right out of the box. So if you want to go on the riser, you can do that. If you want to go on the sight, you can also do that. All the hardware is already included in here to give you that ability. It has a built-in 3 LED light on the top. Very easy, also rechargeable. So again, gives you the ability to use this, recharge it, and then continue to reuse it. But a lot of flexibility built into this. It's extremely light. So I've been shooting the Hex Light for the last few years quiver. Absolutely fabulous quiver, have loved it, super heavy duty. I've put it through every possible test I could imagine. All kinds of different broadheads to be fitting in there, all different size arrow shafts. Again, it's been a wonderful, wonderful quiver. This one I wanted to upgrade to this year. Again, gets me a little bit lighter, still the same number of arrows, and I still have the LEDs to be able to use. So again, the LEDs are very bright, and it's bright enough so that when I go in the morning and it's dark, I can go ahead and just click that light on as I'm going down the trail. It lights the way. Does not really spook animals at all because it's a green color. The other thing is on the way out, if I'm hunting in the evening, again, can go ahead and use that to light my way coming out. Again, you know how critical it is if you're going in the morning, you don't want to be stepping on any sticks or leaves. Of course, we don't want to be turning any ankles or anything else. So again, I'm running the VRSA quiver, the VRSA Light this year. So again, this will be my setup. We'll go ahead and see once I get things put together, get started on shooting. I'll go ahead and do a couple other videos. We're also shooting the SK2 but again, this is my setup for this year. Bear Archery SK2, a number of Trophy Ridge accessories, including the sink and the rest, the Precise Pro release, I'll be running the shock stop for my stabilizer. I'll be running the digital react 1-pin sight, and then I'll be hunting with the SIK SK2 Broadheads. So thanks again for joining me. Hopefully this has been great for you. Look forward to answering any questions that you might have about any of these products. Please go ahead and just put them down in the comments, and I will be certain to get back to you shortly. Thanks again.